Hello, conscious creators. Welcome back to the Conscious Code series on the Embody Me podcast. I'm Crystal Renee, and I am here to guide you through the archetypal energies of the human design gates as the sun transits every 6 days. Now, right now, we are in gate 5. In gate 5, I like to refer to as the pulse of nature. And in human design, it's referred to as the gate of waiting or the gate of fixed rhythms or even the gate of patterns. And this is located in the sacral center, moving towards the identity center, linked to gate 15. And in the gene keys, it's called the ending of time. So if you can think of like patterns and rhythm and time, it kind of all goes hand in hand. Now, this is in the tropical astrological sign of Sagittarius, and it's in the Vedic sign of Scorpio, specifically in the Jyeshta nakshatra. In I Ching, it's called clouds rise above heaven. And this gate is characterized by an intuitive understanding of life's natural rhythms and the desire for consistency and predictability. This gate is all about understanding and honoring the patterns of life, including our daily routines, habits, and rhythms. And it thrives on structure and finds comfort in predictability. So the shadow of gate 5 in the gene keys is called impatience, which describes the tendency to rush through life, being driven by a sense of urgency and disregard for natural rhythms, leading to dissatisfaction and unrest. You can be very pessimistic in the shadow, and this manifests as, just having a pessimistic outlook on life. And it may involve a tendency to focus on the negatives, like becoming easily frustrated or irritated by all the little things, and then you end up having a lack of faith in the natural unfolding of events due to that pessimism. And that can lead to impatience and cause you to feel restless or discontented in the present moment. You're always finding things to complain about, and you're continuously irritated. It could also show up, if you're more of a reactive person, as being pushy. And that's the tendency to be forceful or demanding in order to get things done quickly. And this may involve a sense of urgency or a desire for immediate results. And it's a disregard for the pace and timing of others. The pushiness can stem from a deep-seated impatience with delays or perceived inefficiency. So you're pushing others to get things done on your time. You also may have a fear of chaos. You might be obsessed with routines. We already spoke about the being impatient or restless. You have a fear of time running out, which is why you end up being pushy or pessimistic about things, like thinking that things aren't possible due to time specifically. And you're disconnected from trust and patience. You resist the universal order of things, and you overuse the willpower that you have because you're trying to get things done as fast as possible. You miss the gift of waiting and what happens on the journey of waiting for something to come into fruition in the shadow. Now, the gift is patience. And that symbolizes the wisdom gained through embracing life's natural rhythms, practicing mindfulness and trusting in the unfolding of events, leading to a profound understanding and peace. So you go from, being completely impatient to now having patience in your gift. So in that state of being, you're able to embrace healthy rhythms. And you have the gift of creating and maintaining healthy habits, rhythms, and rituals in your life. You embrace your need for routine and you use it to build stability and consistency in your life. And these habits can help you stay aligned with your true self and provide a sense of comfort and effectiveness. And with those habits, you also have the ability to trust in the natural rhythms of life in your gift. You harness expanded time. It's almost like you're a time bender. You know how to expand it or use it to be very efficient. And you align with divine timing in your gift. You're connected with the pulse of nature, the harmonic flow. You embody order and vitality. And you learn from patience, from being patient with time. You embrace the flow of life and the pulse of universal patterns. So you're fully living in alignment and trusting the divine order, the divine timing of things in your gift. You know, the highest state of frequency or siddhi in the gene keys for gate 5 is called timelessness. And this encapsulates the transcendent state where you fully merge with the universal rhythm, experiencing an eternal present moment, leading to a deep sense of oneness and dissolution of linear time. So time almost becomes obsolete. So I actually have gate 5 as my unconscious Uranus. I can't say that it plays a huge role in my life, although my sacral center is defined because I'm a manifesting generator. The gate 5 is unconscious. So I do feel that when things are not flowing the way I want them to, or I crave having patterns in my life, but I don't actually have patterns. So I'm open to allowing myself to flow with things. I'm more of an open, flowy person, believe it or not, with as much Virgo that I have in my chart, in my tropical chart anyway. You would think that I'd have a lot of patterns and rhythms. Certain things I do, but I try to be as open as I possibly can about allowing things to flow, allowing life to flow, not being so solid in what time I have to do things, because if I don't show up for myself, I end up beating myself up. But this can manifest in different ways in, different people's lives with this specific gate. So you either, really have a lot of routines or patterns that you are fixed to, or you're more open with flowing with life. But in some way or some form, if you have this gate active, you do have a tendency to create routines, patterns, and rhythms in your life in some form, whether they're fixed and you are very strict on following those patterns, or you're more fluid and open to allow the divine timing to kind of run things for you. Now, here are some contemplative questions that you can ask yourself during this transit, or if you have this gate defined in your chart. What habits are preventing me from living from my deepest intentions in my life? And what habits could I create that would support my intentions? And how can I trust my innate sense of timing? How can I trust the flow of divine timing more? Here are some tips that you could use to further embrace the shadow of impatience and the gift of patience. Understand your rhythm. Recognize that you have a unique rhythm that aligns with the natural flow of life. And it's important to identify your patterns and understand how they affect your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Embrace patience. I can say that I don't have a lot of patience. That's something that I have to work on. So maybe I'm in my shadow of this gate and I need to embrace patience in order to embody my gift of patience. But it's natural for you to want things to happen immediately, but try to be patient. Remember that everything unfolds in its own time, and rushing things can lead to errors or missed opportunities. And that's where I'm leaning more into divine timing and flow. Because when I try to be too rigid about plans, patterns, rhythms, you know, those types of things that I create in my life, and I don't follow through, I'm hard on myself because of it. And be flexible. So while routine and predictability might comfort you, be open to change and spontaneity. This will help you adapt to new situations, experiences, and rhythms. And with that being said, I thank you so much for your presence with, being here with me every 6 days, learning about all of the gates as we move through the calendar year. I'm so grateful for you being here, and I can't wait to see you again when the sun transits into the next gate.